Good morning, everybody. It's Tuesday, June 10th, 2025. My name is Don Smiker. I'm calling the Jackson County Board of Supervisors meeting to order. To my left, I have Mike Steinis. To my right, I have Nen Flegel. Bjorn from IT. We have Lisa from the Auditor's Office, Luann, the Executive Assistant. And first on the agenda is Jaden. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. Good morning. First thing on our agenda is the fiscal year 26 RCTP funding. We were sent, city applications were sent to ECIA within the last 2 months or so. And from that, the ECIA ranked and scored each city's project and request based on their review and scoring. They are recommending awarding to 4 cities. The first one being the city of Miles for $25,000 for Miles Street resurfacing. The next amount would be, they are recommending $7,380 to the city of Baldwin for some street repairs. Next is $25,000 to the city of Monmouth for the Division Street resurfacing. And then last is $12,620 to the city of Bellevue for ADA improvements.
I would second.
We got a motion by Nen, second by Mike to approve the FY 2026 RCTP funding, and that's $25,000 for Miles, $7,380 for Baldwin, $25,000 for Monmouth, and $12,620 to Bellevue. Any other discussion?
So there is a match to this, so everyone knows there is a city match to that, and they're graded, scaled, and we were given that information, so we got to look it all over and see the pictures and what the projects consist of.
I think it's like a 20% local match, I do believe, or something.
Is it the same for each project? I don't know if it changes a little bit here and there, but I'd say roughly 20, yeah.
It probably depends on the amount they're requesting as well, but yeah, there is, you're right though, there is a local match that each city has to supply.
Okay. Any other discussion?
Me to call you.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
Motion carries.
Next is an entrance permit for Roderick Weirop. It's a residential entrance off of 80th Avenue in the Monmouth Township of Section 35. It meets all of its site distance, does not require culvert at the 5 point ditch. So our department recommends approval.
So moved.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nen to approve Roderick Wyrop's residential entrance in Monmouth Township, Section 35 on 80th Avenue. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
Just a quick update on construction. We were informed late Friday afternoon about Z34. The concrete repairs from that project will be occurring. Was planned for today. It's actually going to be tomorrow. I know it's too late for paper to get notice, but for anybody watching online or later, that road will be shut down tomorrow for the concrete repairs. And if all goes well, if they can tear out and replace tomorrow, ideally open right back up on Friday.
Good. I did see you send out a text message and stuff.
Yeah, so I
system to let everybody know. So
yes, so that's our road notification tool that we send to law center, the fire departments, ambulance, whatever. I did include you 3 in that as well, just that way you are notified when we do closures of any sort to give notice.
I assume that goes to the school systems also.
Yeah, we can, yep. And this time I did include Easton Valley, even though school's out, but I don't.
Well, they
sporting
make
events.
softball stuff
They
going
do,
on,
sporting
yeah,
event, yeah.
activity stuff, but yeah.
So I sent it to Easton Valley.
And I assume there's plenty of signage wherever we gotta get off.
Yep, so the detour signs are going back up today, actually, as we speak, in fact. And we did make a homemade sign that just to try to give best possible advance notice that was just hand painted, says bridge will be closed. I actually think it has today's date because originally it was planned for today, but trying to do the best efforts on a very short notice.
Yeah.
Now's the time to fix it.
Do we send out like a notice to all of your employees? So like if somebody from Bellevue's coming down to haul rock out of Preston or something, so they know too?
Not systematically, I guess, probably word spreads through the department, but I don't think we actually have. Because we could get on the radio, that'd probably be the quickest way for anybody that's there, hey, this road will be closed.
Yeah, or mass text or something, just because I think last time it was closed, that caused a little issue and. I mean,
Yeah, we
it
can-
would just be nice that way if they're hearing it from the public someplace that they kind of are in the loop too.
Especially with the reclaimer guys coming from
They're,
every
yeah,
area.
crossing around.
Yep,
Yeah.
that's a good idea. Yeah, I'll mention that. We actually have a safety meeting, our safety committee meeting today at 11 at Macocata Shop. So also, if any of you are interested in that, we'll be at the Macocata Shop today for that, but we can discuss that as well.
Well, even that max test, I don't know, or mass text, I don't know, I can't go out countywide. Cause as much as Easton Valley's traveling with sports and stuff, so is Bellevue, you know, they're going one way or the other, you know, different, it'd just be a good just.
Like a winds alert or rave, I guess it is now.
You know,
Because you guys probably got the text, I put a cell phone number in there, so it sends you a text and sends you an email as
Yeah.
well, so. So yeah, it has the capabilities to do that. I think there's one other option, I can't remember what it was, but yeah, gives the map and a quick brief update of everything.
Yeah.
Other than that, then the project will be done. I am gonna submit it for a smoothness award through the Asphalt Paving Association of Iowa, because they got nearly the full incentive for smoothness. I mean, it turned out really well. So.
But is that just a pat on the back for them or is
If
any
they get,
incentive to our road
so
systems?
the incentive, they do get paid an incentive through our project. There's a bid item for that, and there's a reason to, it incentivizes them to give a
Do a
good
good
product.
Sure.
But as far as if they do get selected for that smoothness award, I mean, I don't think there's any extra payment, but they get recognized probably
Sure.
at their convention, and we probably get a plaque as
Let's do
well.
marketing for them.
Yeah,
well, yeah,
I mean, it turned out, I mean, couldn't ask for it to go any better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I like the safety issues on the rumble strips.
Question on that. So the side rumble strips, it looks like they oiled or whatever.
Yep.
But the center ones, they do not?
Correct.
Why is that?
Because they get, so that's fog seal that gets over top to help seal up the exposed aggregate. But if you did that on the center line, your pavement markings would.
That's what I wondered. Somebody asked me and I'm like, I'm guessing painting wise.
Yep,
That
it
you
would stick
can't-
very well.
Okay.
So that's the reason for that. And that's part of the reason why also that center, I think I sent all pictures a few weeks ago of that V-Ram, that it almost looked like a
Right.
shiny strip of material.
Right.
That's to allow, since those rumble strips don't get fog sealed, to help seal up any of the voids there due to the milling at the center line.
Okay.
So.
At least I answered them correctly then.
It will have similar improvements on our Bernard Road overlay for next summer. That'll be a concrete overlay, but it'll have the same safety, the paved shoulders, rumble strips, wider markings, all that, so.
Nice.
Keep applying for that as opportunities arise.
how's the timeline on Moorhead Bridge, as far as proceeding with anything?
So yes, I forgot to give you all an update last week or by email. We do have the final plans done for that repair and have given the green light to our contractor to go ahead and make those repairs. It'll probably be sometime this fall is expected for that to happen, because I think I mentioned at one point, my plan would be to have that bridge repaired and open prior to Chenelworth
Right.
closing for replacement. So, as soon as our contractor Dan can get in, it'll get fixed, and
Do we have an estimate?
of how much it'll cost.
Yeah.
30 to 45,000 for the repair.
Get in there, get it going. You know.
Yeah, it's,
Well, yeah, but just so the public understands, again, there's a weight limit is gonna be on that thing.
Yes.
We hope that they can follow.
correct.
It's gonna be closed again. I mean,
Correct, it'll just
if
be.
you're going over it, way overweight, you're just gonna cause your own headaches.
And I will say, I had a few people talking to me about it when it first was closed, and they were like, I'm not gonna throw stones or anything, but you know, that weight limit does apply to maybe county vehicles too. So.
Yeah, it does.
He
The
goes.
bridge doesn't know if it's us or somebody else crossing it.
No, but I think
Our
that,
guys are getting paid by the hour.
but no, that'll be good to get it going. So as soon as they can get over and get that going, that will be good.
Yeah, cause I don't know what's gonna or what the raise grant. We won't know expected to know until end of June, likely later, but I'm just planning for worst case scenario, knowing that we did get our first grant, that county bridge fund for it, so. Move forward to repair
So
and,
we can still keep applying for
Oh,
that, you know, in the future. Obviously, it's gonna score. If we scored in the top 5 this round, obviously it's gonna score, but if we can get it up and going, it'd certainly be an asset to.
and by doing the repair, it's really not going to affect its score at all, because.
Yeah,
The,
Still got the weight limit.
still got the weight.
it's only 15 ton, right?
Yeah, and we aren't fixing the substructure, which has a poor rating. It's not fixing the deck, which has a poor rating. It's just fixing that truss. So it's not gonna affect its score. So it'll still
It
be.
has a visible poor rating too.
So, but that will be our. Apply for that bridge again next year for the county bridge construction fund and see what we can have happen. Our annual pavement markings are occurring. They started occurring last week, so it's a lot earlier than normal. Usually they don't occur till fall, but contractor is available this time to get in soon, which is nice, because then you can get all summer to have the benefit of the new fresh pavement markings rather than going right into winter. Trying to think what else.
Are we back at reclaiming or no?
They are this week right now,
Where they
and
at?
they are over by the Nashville airport area.
Nah,
So you guys figured out what the first or second week of July, you're gonna go get that track hoe?
That's actually showing up at the last week of June. Actually, they're bringing it here. That'll be,
he's all excited.
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
saying.
you betcha.
Oh, I see that thing running.
I'm trying to think what else. A lot of our construction projects are wrapped up, which is good.
A lot of ditches getting cleaned out then, I'm hearing,
That there is.
between the skid loader and the track hoe, and we'll be grinding fools.
We will, and with reclaim, we are far ahead of what we normally are, so when we do get dry spells, that will help our guys. We can go do some more ditching. But they've been doing that. We've ran into a few issues, but we've gotten those addressed. Most everybody. Trying to think what else.
Well,
I
maybe
like-
just if we get done early with the reclaiming, go back and kind of catch up what was the first 2 years, we always seem to run a little short.
Yes, and I did ask the guys, since you asked that probably a couple weeks ago, they did finish the roads that were remaining last year. Those
Okay.
have been done. So I made a note to ask the guys, and yep, that's been done. That was one of the first ones.
Okay.
234th. Is there a timeline on that?
It'd probably be fall time frame.
Okay. Anybody got anything else for Jaden? Thanks a
Good
lot.
day.
You bet.
Yep, thank you.
Next up, we got visitors and citizens. I don't see anybody in here. Do we got anybody? Nobody online, so anybody chimes in or walks in, we can address it at that time, but moving on, Lisa, you have the floor.
Good morning. This
Morning.
morning, I need a motion to approve the minutes of the June 3rd, 2025 board proceedings as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers.
So moved.
Second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve the minutes of the June 3rd, 2025 board proceedings as written by Auditor Smith and authorized publication in the official newspapers. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Hi.
Aye. Motion carries.
I need a motion to approve a cigarette permit, our only cigarette permit in Jackson County to SNK Gas and Food, which is the Otter Creek Station at 18820 Bellevue Cascade Road, Zwingle, effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026.
I would move to approve.
Second.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nan to approve the cigarette permit at SNK Gas and Food, the Otter Creek Station at 18820 Bellevue Cascade Road, Zwingle, effective July 1st, 2025 through June 30th, 2026. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries.
So I invited Shelley to stop over this morning so she can explain to you this new policy that we need to adopt. I did send it to you last night and I thought in case you had any questions. So Shelley, can you explain what we're doing?
Okay, that's our expense summary, so I'm gonna talk about the policy first.
the state auditors are wanting to know if we have our policy for the subscription-based information technology agreements policy ready. And I said, no, we've been working on it, but we haven't gotten it passed yet. So I'm bringing it to your attention for approval today. It is a policy that we will have to record on our audit for any value for the lease / subscription values. Like we lease the postage machine for 5 years. What that value is from June 30th of, let's say, 2025, how much value we have left on that lease or anything that we lease or subscribe to.
And is this a certain time of the year or beginning of the year or the end of the year or the
It's
middle?
The value as of June 30th.
So you take it
Outstanding,
like,
outstanding value.
Well,
as
so
of
if you're
June
going
30th.
from year to year, fiscal year,
That amount,
there's no value left if we're going year by year, is there?
well, if it's, the value is $5,000 when we started for a lease or subscription.
Right.
Anything outstanding after that June 30th, that is the amount that gets reported on.
so you drop it, like a 5-year lease, it's a $5,000 machine, it drops by like $1,000
Yep.
a year.
Yep.
Type of thing.
So it's
Do
5,000,
they like to invent
3,000.
different ways to come up with accounting crap?
Yeah, yeah.
I
So-
mean,
That means nothing.
Is,
Yeah.
was this a mandate since when or unfunded mandate too?
It's part of the general accepted accounting practices.
Of course it is.
Yeah,
My next question is, does it have anything to do with our procurement policy? Somehow,
No.
does it affect that anyway? Okay.
no,
this is just,
I know I've seen a couple numbers in that stuff you sent, or the pages that you sent, I'm going, yeah, well, that was under the limit, under the threshold,
Yeah.
but does it also follow into that? No.
I'm more curious is like with, Attorney D.A. Keys, he has his program that he uses that he signs a lease for. And some of our support services for the website, there's no tangible, there ain't a copier to say, it's almost like you're tracking depreciation.
those would be included if.
So
they
how do you
are-
come up with the value left? You're not buying a thing. I can understand if it's a copier or a car.
It's still
Or
the price
something.
of whatever is
Can't you
left
do
on
this
the
if it's,
lease.
like you said, if it's a 3-year contract, you take the total and divide it by 12 months and it's so much a month? I mean, I don't know. Gotta be
Or
something
divided by
simple.
the, but
So much
again,
easier.
but there's no thing you're buying. It's just support. It's. you
It's
know.
an asset,
Well, it's
whether
a value,
it's
yeah.
physical or intangible. Yeah,
Okay.
kind of like our solution software,
Do they do that too at the state level?
Yeah,
supposedly.
I'd be curious.
I would think that with Rob Sand on the job that they probably are.
Alright.
It's
So-
just one of those things that we have to pass. We did make it effective July 1st. We weren't really sure. Shelley and I, we
no,
debated
I
this,
mean,
but
I appreciate you, right away, but I read it twice and.
and you still don't know.
Yeah.
Is it kind of, I don't want to say a form thing, but everybody's kind of sharing everybody's policy or it's not uniquely
I
specific,
did-
solely
I
authored
did
by Jackson
plagiarize
County
from
for
somebody
Jackson
else.
County.
Copy and paste?
Yes.
We Okay.
to borrow from somebody else.
He keeps us in the good graces of the government.
That's
And
That's what we want.
What will cost to this other than the extra work involved,
Yeah,
correct?
Work.
Just
There is no
paperwork.
cost.
Yeah.
So then are you sending something out to all departments to make sure we have everything
Yeah,
listed that we need listed?
Well, anything that comes through claims is how if it comes through claim,
we have to pay
that's
for
how
it,
I'm
yeah.
going to. But I will be sending out an email to all departments that if you are entering into an agreement or a grant, if you receive an agreement or a grant, please let the auditor's office know so that we can.
So
report that.
does this also even include like our county farm? You know, that we have a contract with, Imagine for X amount of 3 years, and so it's projected.
and the farmer.
This is, the farm was up this year, but yeah, I mean, it's projected 3 years out, so.
Yeah.
Huh, that's interesting.
When do we start, when do we start the farm?
This fall. Yeah,
Yeah,
well,
advertise.
well, you have to give notice by September 1st.
Yeah.
this year.
Okay, any other questions on this?
So with that being said,
SBITA.
so with that being said, I need a motion to approve, authorize signatures and adopt the Jackson County Subscription-Based Information Technology Agreements, or SABITA policy.
I'll make that motion.
I would second.
Got a motion by Nan, second by Mike to approve, authorize signatures and adopt the Jackson County Subscription-Based Information Technology Agreements or SABITA policy. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries.
And then just the last thing, Shelley did hand out, it's about, I think it was 60 pages, we double sided it, it's 30, so, take a look.
No,
That
it's,
What was
yeah,
60
it's
pages?
30.
Okay,
Right,
yeah,
right.
okay. All right, so take a look at, where we stand. Did you do it as of today or?
As of today,
Okay,
it does include any paychecks. Well, wait, no, it doesn't include any paychecks for June. Because Nicole has not put them into the system yet.
Yeah. then we'll have just one more page.
So it only has one claim period
Good.
from June 3rd. So,
Give us a good idea though.
Yep, we're gonna
Thank you.
start taking a look, just like with Jeff yesterday, we'll start talking to some people with, Other than that, that's all that I have for the board today. Thank you, Kevin. Good.
Luann, you have the floor if you're so ready.
I know it's just not twitching.
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, all I have for you today is the calendar. This afternoon at 3:30, it's a Macook River Watershed Management Authority Executive Committee meeting by Zoom for Don. Tomorrow, June 11th at 9 a.m. is Nin's turn on KMAQ's Just Talk. At 1 o'clock is a 0 to 5 and 60 minutes on Family Support Community Advisory Board meeting by Zoom for Nin. At 4 o'clock is the Veterans Affairs Commission meeting in the committee room for any of you. And also at 4 o'clock is tentatively the Ports of Eastern Iowa. I haven't had confirmation on that by Zoom for Nin.
Isn't there a Wednesday possible too this week?
No.
I think it's next.
It
It's
was
on
the last
Nin's
one.
calendar.
Okay.
Also add to that at 3:30 tomorrow afternoon is a special HACAP meeting by Zoom for Mike. I just found out about that yesterday. Thursday, June 12th at 10 a.m. is a Mississippi Valley Workforce Business meeting by Zoom for Don. And at 11 o'clock is the Jackson County Area Tourism Committee meeting by Zoom for any of you. Friday, June 13th at 10 a.m. is a 7th Judicial District Advisory Committee meeting in Davenport for Nin. On Monday, June 16th is at 6 o'clock, is a Together We Build, tentatively, Together We Build meeting, the board and the steering committee together for Don and Nin. I've not received confirmation on that yet. Also on Monday at 7 p.m., you can change that to 7 p.m. is the Jackson County Zoning Commission meeting in the committee room for any of you, and I just received confirmation on that. Our next regular meeting will be Tuesday, June 17th at 9 a.m. And at 5 p.m. that afternoon is the Jackson County Conservation Board meeting at the Spruce Creek Campground for any of you that wanted to go to that.
We do the Just Talk on the second Wednesday of the month. Right.
I want to say it's the third Wednesday.
I was just looking to make sure I got it listed on me for next month, because I'm assuming I'm next month, but.
Try to keep it posted up there as well.
Well, that's all I have to-
And I tried not to change your
Okay,
dates.
ones.
Okay. All right, any questions for Luann? Think much?
You,
We are flying through the agenda today. The only board or commission that got listed is we had TAG last week, and the only thing we really talked about, they talked about with the farmer's market, what's going on with that, but the main thing is they were selling the enterprise rental van co-op thing that they do through ECIA, like they do with the University of Duke. They're trying to sell that to see if there's any. And they say it's in those rural communities, it's harder to kind of sell it and get people to buy off, but they're really pushing to see if Anybody else? I know there's about 70 of those programs around the state. They're trying to get more going, so. They had Enterprise there to give a presentation and talk about it and just seeing if there's anywhere else it's applicable in the area. So. That was a big thing they're doing. You guys got anything?
I do not. All good. If not, I'd make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second that.
Got a motion by Mike, second by Nin to adjourn. Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye, we are adjourned.